Hey guys, it's Chris and welcome to another video. Today's a mail video. I don't do mail videos because I don't get that much mail. But I do have people send me stuff from time to time, so let's pick a letter opener. Here's the bag of letter openers. We're going to use, we could use the Klingon blade, but we've used that one before. Did I use this one yet? Yep. Maybe I'll go a little smaller. Not everybody likes a big one. I'm going to use something a little bit less this time. Frost cutlery, stainless, some magic, I don't know. So, what's this? I don't know. Oh, retro rewind. That's always a great one to get. I bet you I know what this is. So our friends at Retro Rewind up in Canada sent me a box. I know what this is because Mr. Frank, wonderful person, told me he was sending this. So my nice, please note my nice Jolt Cola shirt. Can't find this. Jolt Cola sent it to me because I was an idiot and bought like 300 cans of Jolt. Oh. Inside the package we have a Retro Rewind t-shirt. Hopefully it's the extra fat version because that's me. So let's see how it looks on a brother. I'm going to try this weird effect where we throw the shirt and it just shows up on me. Boom. So now I can support our fellas up in Canada. Woo! I might put this over my knee and stretch it out a little bit. I'm a big fella. Load teas and sweets 8,1. Here is your retro tea and some sugary sweets. Enjoy from Team Retro Rewind. So go ahead and check out Retro Rewind at retrorewind.ca. I'm not sponsored, but if you use my code, I don't have one, you'll save absolutely nothing. But it's your one-stop shop for parts, cap kits, repairs, recapping, all sorts of Amiga, Commodore 8-bit goodies, and other things. And we got some candy. Representing the brand, right here, brother. Nerds, we have some Airheads taffy, and we have two pink things. Double Bubble Bubble Gum. Awesome sauce. Frank, Retro Rewind team, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. I will wear your shirts while I do my videos. Next, I have a big heavy box from the United States Postal Service. I know you're supposed to cut away from you, but I just dragged the knife towards me. It has pool noodles in it. Is this my wife's? Did I order pool noodles? Oh, wait a minute, I see some electronic stuff here. This is a power supply for the Amiga 3000. Pretty daggone clean, not scratched up. Released by Quality Control Commodore February 9th, 1990 tree. 120 volt, United States of America, North America, whatever, you know, 60 hertz. Just wanted a spare, got one. I apologize if I was the guy that beat you at the last 3 seconds on an eBay auction. That was me. Finally, from our wonderful friend DavidZ. We were talking on the old Discord there. It's in one of these programs. And we were a little bent. Hope everything's okay. We were talking about the Amiga 1000 Pistorm and our different options for routing, better put this down, routing cables out the back and different things we can do. And if you guys know David, he's like the print master, and he has like all these 3D printers, or really good ones. Mine is just total junk, so I'm going to carefully not cut myself. The rear of the Amiga 1000, and you're like, man, that looks a lot different. Hell yeah, it's got a VGA and an HDMI out. It's got some, I can't read what this says, right around here. Check out that color match. Awesome sauce. Put that in there to get it out of the way. Look at that. Alright, so we're back and we have the Amiga 1000 on the bench. Got a little food booger there or something. And here you can see David's print to the original 1000. So we had the video port, of course printer, external disk drive, serial port, right and left audio, RGB video, the modulator with the weird plug, the composite video, but above here we have that new expansion slot, Up here above the serial port, it has the HDMI and the USB over here in between the floppy and the serial port. Ethernet was plumbed right near the printer or parallel slash and the disk drive, and then above the keyboard would be some audio out. And we have a slot here for expansion. I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe one of the other boards, like the Rejuvenator or whatever, have a board. I think I just knocked the Pistorm out. That's great. I need John Holmes for this one, because I don't think my little screwdrivers get in there. You got a tiny one, sometimes you just cannot reach it. Here's the Pistorm in the 1000. Y'all like, oh, you can't do that. You gotta take the floppy out. No, you can, and check this out. So you can see right here, yep, you have, where the hell are you at? You have some little bit of copper, which you will see here and here. They're just ground planes. You're not gonna hurt anything. Zap into it. Make yourself a notch just like this. You can even go in, but you're above it the whole time, so you can cut into this a little bit. And what that's going to allow you to do is clear the metal of the floppy. The Pistorm's just going to sit right in here like so. I have to take everything apart to get the board to lift up. There's about 12 screws right here going downward, which I'm going to remove. Now, here's the trick. With these out, I'm going to flex this to get it out of the channel. And then I should be able to flex this side just enough to lift the power supply up and get it out. With that out of the way, this needs to be a little retro bred. Look at the color comparison with that printer that David has. And whatever, I guess this is that A500 or whatever, Commodore color filament. Great job. Thank you again. And we're going to reinsert this without taking everything apart. Somehow, if I can just kind of flex PLA just a little bit. Oh, sounds crunchy, but it works. See? In you go. Okay, so I have one bolt here that's acting like a butthole, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Take this little screw out. I can put it right back in. I just don't want to bang the keyboard connector. Also, keep in mind that if you remove these back bolts, it's going to loosen the plate that holds them down to the board. So just be careful on that. Just a little, it's not fitting around this the keyboard port. There we go. Alright, so there's our fitment. Let me get this thing back in, because I got all the holes out of the back and I need crap, I lost it. It did exactly what I told it not to. Now my Pistorm, I do have the RTG and all the stuff set up for HDMI. Now luckily the Pi 3A, it's a standard HDMI out, so you're just using an extension cord. Like I said, I do not have one of the screw-in kind. That would be ideal. So what I'm going to do here is, because I'm so close, I'm going to take Lorena Bobbitt and we're just going to give it a snip a little closer. See that? I took a little bit more edge off. And once again, it is literally just ground plane. You're not hurting nothing. So don't feel bad about, just giving it a snip. Clean it up, whatever. You're not going to hurt anything. It's unused. That way when you put this in here, you're totally clearing your card. Now you can clearly see that we have a gap, and I can put a screwdriver through it, and it's not, we're good. So that's a pretty decent gap, and I'm not hitting the metal. It was really close, yeah, but 1 second, gotta hit up some of this retro rewind candy. Okay. What's it doing? HDMI angle flex connector. Okay. Tight spaces. HDMI to HDMI, male to female. Micro Center. $10 for this bad boy. Got it on an angle. It has the thing, but it doesn't have the, the thing. The screw ends. So I gotta be ghetto and run down here, but then it won't fit because see, it ain't long enough. That's why a side plate I was gonna go for, because this side plate's like right there. You just take off your metal shielding. I don't really know. This will be better for like an Amiga. Is that a mini? Nope. Like one of the RGB to HDMI mods or something like that. This was my original plan. Stick it in here, have it loop around, because the Pi is right there, and then plop it in. So let me find another connector. This is it. It's super long. Just what we need. So we get ourselves a 4-foot cable here. That way I can run it right out the back. It'd be great if I could kind of just do that. I'll have to get on eBooger and do that. But here's the problem. Check this out. So when you're running a standard HDMI in the Amiga 1000, you're going to notice I have this floppy cable right here in the board. Well, it's not going to fit because you got those damn riser pins. I need a 90, which is why I bought that one, which might... Oh, this is going to be ghetto as fab can be. So as you can see here, I have to come out of here and go over to here. But it's so tight in here, I need something like this. So this is going to be just stupid. Do not do what I do. And it's not like it's bad, it's just kind of going to be messy. Commodore in their infinite wisdom put the positive on this side and the positive on this side. So you have to flip your daggone cable and have it all stupid. I don't know. Didn't invent it. Wasn't there for this one. So I put the Pi in here. I put the L bracket. I could do something like this, would have been perfect, right? Well, it's upside down, so I'd have to twist it and stick it in here. That's the optimal way. Plug your HDMI in the back. Boom. Dual video. RGB and your normal Amiga stuff. But because I am just brighter than a bulb, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this plug and plug this thing into it so I can bring it out here because I didn't want to spend the $11 and buy the correct adapter. But on a plus note, the Amiga 1000 has a whole bunch of room when you remove the 9,287 pounds of tin shielding in here. So feel free to lay it right on top of your power cable. That way you can have a retractable. When the lid's on, just roll her on up. You know, with the lid on, you ain't got to worry about all this. You have some cable management and then boop, bring her on out. Now that's just my temporary mod for now, and I'm actually not going to be pushing the cable in and out. Now I do notice here, I'm going to have to redo something like this. It's because this cable is just getting tangled up and pushing the Pistorm up. I had to pull this big mess back here and just kind of shove her towards the rear. I could take it off and do a nice fold. I just really don't feel like doing that. It looks like I'm going to have to remove this cable and do this. Look at that. Look at this math you got to do here. Isn't that just stupid? Is there a weighted? Nope. Because that's the stupidest thing ever to have a flipped cable. Perfect. Accomplished nothing. Alright, so that's kind of ghetto good enough. I can run the USB out here, and you just take a USB header similar to what I bought incorrectly here, and do the same thing. I will populate these other things later. Let's put the lid on where to put it. Now, because I'm stupid, and see, I already have an HDMI cable ran from the monitor that I plug HDMI devices into. So what I'm going to do is this Chinesium box that I always call it, this converter, it has a HDMI output, which is going to go to the monitor, but it also has an HDMI input, so I can do my RTG pass-through to that monitor through this, just in case, so I have one solution for both the RGB, and then I just press a button, RTG. Reason being is I don't feel like taking the cord out of the monitor, getting my fat butt all knocking more things over than I already did. The only button I will need to push on the front is this one button right here. SCART or HD. That's how I'm going to flip between a dual monitor solution on this. You can do what you want, but that's how I'm going to do it. Turn the Amiga on. It will take a second to boot. Dang it, I keep knocking the power cord out. The rainbow screen is you're seeing the Raspberry Pi side. So I know it's booting. Now watch this. I can just press SCART HD, flips the input to SCART, and I'll see my Amiga desktop in just a moment. So there's the Amiga desktop. Now let's say, for example, I want to see the Linux side. Press the SCART HD button. There's the Linux side. I can see what's running. It's still loading crap. PySCSI2, devices assigned. Sorry about the Dell's thing that it does. It just, that's what it does while you're running. You can edit the boot INI and make this go gray, but I don't like to. It's doing a cleanup, app updates and stuff. That's all in the background. So let's go into Renee E, sys, prefs, screen mode. Take this out. Now I have already configured the RTG in a previous video. This has been updated to a later version build, but I just wanted to show you this. So we're just going to go 1024 by 768 8-bit. We're going to say test, and I'm going to press the SCART to HD button. See? There it is. Cool, huh? Now, RTG is sleeping. I press the button. Goes back to there, and if I like that, I say save. Now I press the SCART to HD, and now I have a it's in the wrong resolution. So just note that I'm getting a high resolution, but it is in a weird pass-through mode. I don't know if it's doing true HD signal. It looks okay, but it's so daggone tiny. Look at all the bordering I got. On a regular HDMI monitor, this is going to be voila. I just don't want to hit Dell buttons. I just wanted one button here. You can do the same thing with one of these. If you have one of these boxes and you had an RGB to HDMI, 1, 2, that would be the way to go also. But 2 Pis in one Amiga is one too many for me. Let's crank her up a tickle. 800 by 600, 32-bit BGRA. All the onions. Save. Do it. There. That is 800 by 600 Amiga resolution. Now it looks dookie because of what I'm in. And then what I can do is, if I run a 15 kilohertz program, right? Let's run Directory Works. Whoops. Control X, D, W. So if I hit this, look at that. Oh my God, that's so tiny on your screen. Tiny on mine too. Hit it. RTG sleeps. I press the button. There we go. And there's my 15 kilohertz screen like it normally would look. And it's nice and crystal clear on this, you know, the cable from that store. And if I click close, this goes gray, which is your Picasso 96 flip, and then bang, you're back. Now, for my own doing, I am going to put this in a non-HDMI screen. That's more usable. I'm a high-res laced guy. I can't even stand this. It's just, can't do it, sir. No, sir. Fix that, please. There you go. Hey, what's it not doing? It's not flickering, and this looks like a 24-inch display. It's just kind of stretched on out, because I did the overscan for this. So that is my dual junky mode way of testing, keyword testing, the RTG capability with a one-button tickle. So what I'm going to do is the thing I didn't want to do from the beginning, and that is take the HDMI input, and the colors are just me knocking the SCART out. And I'm going to pull the HDMI out of here. All right. SCART. Can you get the color was in there? There you go. So this cable's having issues already. There we go. So that is the 256 meg Amiga 1000. What did you say, Chris? 256 megs. Yep. 256 meg Amiga 1000. Do you need 256 megs? No. Do you want 256 megs? Yes, I do. And when you run RTG, you get all your chip RAM back. So once again, DavidZ, thank you for your wonderful print jobs and your contributions to me and this channel. It helps keep us going. And if you guys have any crap that you don't want, feel free to contact the brother. Send it on over. We'll do some reviews. We'll see if we can get it working. We'll repair stuff. It doesn't have to be Amiga. It's nice that it is, but I understand that Amigas are cherished items and nobody wants to get rid of anything. But if you do, please note that I am a custodian. I don't resell stuff. If you know my piles, you know I kind of keep things. And maybe when I die you'll catch a great eBay auction for my kid who auctioned it off at 1/10 of the price that it might even be thought about being worth. So you'll probably get a good deal one day. Hopefully not for a long time. One last thing. if you go into your Pistorm hard drive here and you run this Pistorm Dude, you're going to get this nice button now. If you're worried about, hey, just killing the power on your Pistorm, you can just go shut down the Pi. It'll say this will cause the Amiga to freeze, continue anyway. Boom. It shuts down and you are totally okay to just turn off your Amiga and not have to worry about corrupting the file system or doing any damage to the micro SD card on Linux. But anyway, that's been my Amiga 1000 with the new plate from David and my new shirt and the friends in Canada that sent me Nerds and this shirt. So please make sure to check them out, retrorewind.ca, and you can get yourself a shirt too, or some Nerds, or other great Amiga products. They do recapping services now. The Amigos guys, John and Aaron did a check on that a couple weeks ago, was it? Maybe a while longer. And their prices were really cheap in comparison. You can get an Amiga 1200 recap for $48. $48? That's freaking great. Now plus shipping, yeah, you're going to have to ship your stuff to them and they'll ship it back. So you're only eating a little bit and it's well worth the assurance that your product is going to be good to go for another 30-something years. Hopefully we all will too. Thanks to Frank and the team at Retro Rewind, and you guys be sure to check them out. Use code I don't have one, save absolutely nothing. Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.